Holy cinematic wide angle lens 4:3 aspect ratio. What the frick is going on? All right, bro, you just gotta film this one shot. I just want you to just go, ah. The go? What? Are they trying to say something by putting the goat in there? I think they're trying to say something. This looks and feels incredibly different from normal music videos, and there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, we have a different aspect ratio. The aspect ratio is the dimensions of what the frame is for what you're looking at. And this is more of a 4:3 aspect ratio, which is a little bit more square. 4:3 aspect ratios were standard in old TVs. They're trying to be artsy with this one. We got some interesting sound effects. It's spooky. We got some film grain, and then we also have this. We see a ton of wide angle lenses. A wide angle lens makes you feel really close to the subject, and it works great for a 4:3 aspect ratio as well. If you want to learn more about editing, you should definitely check out the Editing Podcast, where we interview the world's best editors. And if you want to learn how to make editing your career, I'll personally teach you in the editing formula. See the description to check those out. So how did we get here? What is going on in the ATEEZ universe? ATEEZ lives in a dystopian world where emotions are outlawed. That's funny because outlaw is like the name of the record, and it's like they're outlaws. Anyway, sorry. People wear these earpieces that inhibit their emotions and expressions. In the past, ATEEZ has acted as rebel groups trying to overthrow this corrupt government. And so now in the MV teasers, we see ATEEZ in Prestige Academy. They're all dressed in white. They're in a perfect, sterile environment, and they are wearing those earpieces. But then we see one of them turn it off. Because remember, ATEEZ, they're freaking rebels, okay? They stand up to the bad guys. The boys now are out in the city, in the darkness. They're outlaws. They're up to something. So let's see what it is. These are not the good schoolboys you thought they were. Ooh. Okay, they are speeding off towards this building, and keep this building in mind. It's gonna come back later. This shot right here. It feels very jarring, but it's right on a snare, so it works so well. I was like so jarred seeing this right here because it kind of reminds me of the old K-pop zooms where they would just be zooming all over the freaking place for no reason. Actually, it was a great reason. It was to make the dancing look way better. But I don't see K-pop zooms anymore. It's like K-pop zooms are dead. They were a fad of the past. I don't know, it just like, it threw me for a loop seeing that. And then we also got our boys in an underground boxing ring. Now, what kind of bothered me here are the freeze frames. I'm gonna be honest. As a filmmaker, you know that they're not really actually punching each other. It's not safe. So what they do is you actually choose forced perspective. If you put the camera at a certain angle and you punch, it looks like you're actually punching somebody if they react correctly, but you're really not. The problem that they had here is because they were using wide angle lenses, you can kind of see everything. And so it just kind of looks like they're clearly missing. I think the reason they did the freeze frame was to try to say like, hey guys, I know that they're clearly not punching them, but we're just gonna freeze frame to kind of make it look cool. So you don't realize that. But I think it actually did the opposite, and it kind of drew my attention to the fact that they weren't hitting each other. I think they were hoping that there would be so much chaos that you would never be able to tell, but you can tell. But it's still so cool. The concept is so dope and it looks so amazing. Ooh! I love the black and white too. See, that was perfect. He punches at the camera and then we see his arm flying at him. Okay, see that? Okay, this shot wasn't good, but because it's so fast, you don't even register it in real time. But then we just see the reaction. You punch at the camera, you see the reaction. You don't see anybody actually get hit, but you feel the punch because of the way it was edited. This was really, really good. So I don't know what these guys are doing. It looks like they're winning some money. That's good. Ooh, the punch to the light transition? The black screen contrasting with a basically white screen. Contrast creates focus, y'all. Ooh. So it looks like we have some police imposters. You know, they infiltrated the police. Okay. Ooh. Dude, the visuals on this are crazy. This is so good. This wide shot is very impressive. With the whole VFX, like fire, pistol stuff. This is what a 4:3 aspect ratio and a wide angle lens wants. It just looks so symmetrical and just gorgeous. If you had a widescreen on this shot, you would have all this blank space on the left and right and it wouldn't feel aesthetically pleasing. That's why this aspect ratio is just so fun to edit in. Woo. No way. Is that a real parrot? It's gotta be like a visual effects tongue or something. I don't know. It looks really real. And they're just in the background, just headbanging. Let's go. Okay. We've gotten to the story. So this is what's going on. Because we're in a society where emotions and feelings essentially are outlawed, what would be a great underground drug to give you some feeling? Very spicy peppers. That's gonna give you some feeling back. So these biker guys have these green peppers that they might be transporting, but ATEEZ is on a mission to control them for a certain reason, but we don't know why. We're gonna find out soon. That is a really cool pepper chamber that they got going there. This video is so good, I'm putting straight conflict. I need a little bit of... All right, I feel a little bit... Yeah, that's... Sometimes dance therapy is not enough. You might need like real therapy, like the actual one. So huge thanks to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. It is the world's largest therapy service and 100% online. With BetterHelp, you can tap into a large network of over 30,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, you just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp can match you with the perfect therapist from their network. And then it's pretty simple. You just talk to your therapist however you feel comfortable, whether that's through text, chat, phone call, video call, whatever you need. You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. And if your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can always switch to a new one at no additional charge. With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you would expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom picked for you, more scheduling flexibility, and it's a more affordable price. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/JordanOrm. That's betterhelp.com/JordanOrm. Check out the description below. Bruh, this is what I literally wanted to see. They are going full action with this dude. Who's in the reflection there? It looks like maybe the crew made it. If you're one of the people in the glass, let me know. So it looks like these guys saw that he had some peppers in his drink, you know? This dude's after our freaking peppers. Let's take him out. Dude, the gunshots right on the downbeat too. And the shrapnel, that is all... Bruh, this is so sick. The reaction shot. Wait a second. You can see that they have a light flashing on set to help emulate the muzzle flares. Usually the muzzle flare also needs to light up the scene around it, and that's hard to do if you don't actually have lights on set doing that. But they have a muzzle flash and the ceiling light didn't go on, and then the ceiling light went on when there wasn't a muzzle flash. So they didn't actually match up the muzzle flashes too great there. I'm sure they wanted more shots than actually happened on set, so that's why they did that. I don't know, that's a really nerdy thing to notice.
that makes the girls all sweet.
Bruh, the sound effect. The camera mounted on the freaking gun. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. This reaction is never gonna be done. I love this. That's how it sounds. Did I do a good job? Thank you. Thank you very much. One of the members said, Yosing and I got to ride motorcycles, but this is all CGI and green backgrounds. We just kind of went vroom vroom. That's pretty impressive that the only thing that's real in these scenes is them riding on the motorcycle. And they're not actually even moving. Like everything else is CGI. That's impressive. Bruh. What did that sign say? Quitting is not an option. Get in the ring. Oh, okay. Bruh, I thought it said something else. I thought it said abortion. But it's an option. An option. Very different. Very different. Oh man, not that look. Okay, so that freeze frame was dope. This is the perfect time for a freeze frame. You get to see his face after he just got absolutely bopped by a foot. Also, the sound completely cuts out. And so that's a perfect time for there to be a freeze frame. If there's no sound, there should be no movement. There's no new information coming in audio-wise or visual-wise. But then the second one here, I don't really like. I just want to see crazy chaos, people cheering. I mean, I like the reaction. I don't think you should cut the reaction, but I don't like the freeze frame. That's perfect. Don't like that one, but it works. It's fine. Ooh! Ooh! Okay. Okay. Somebody give an award to that camera operator. That was so freaking sick. The low angle, wide angle lens, not cutting because it was a fire shot. That shot would not have given me that emotional reaction if they cut it, in any way. But because they did not cut it, because the editor didn't edit, good job, editors. Good editors don't edit sometimes. It was so cool. It's just so swaggy. Ooh. Let's go. Nice smash cut there. So the question is, the little hand snake match cut together? I like that. I'm curious about this pepper now. Like, we got to get back to the story. So it looks like all of the members have different jobs to try to make sure that these peppers end up in the right hands. We have the boys with the motorcycle, the sniper actually taking the shot. We have people in a boxing ring, which looks like they're raising money to help fund the whole operation. We have undercover police, making sure that the police don't know. And there could be a myriad of other jobs that I'm not quite seeing, but this is a covert team effort. Oh, now we're back in school. Nah.
If you wanna know how, I can show you right now. Bounce, bounce, we don't fly.
I gotta wrap my mind around what just happened. I'm glad the pepper question just got answered, because what it looks like happened was they managed to get a pepper. That was important. And it looks like this pepper contains a bullet. They're actually using the drug peppers to smuggle in a weapon. And look, this is the coolest freaking down chorus ever, right here. That's the classic hit on two. Hit on two. It's just a nice way to subvert expectations in music. Also, normally you would think like shooting a gun is a big giant violent motion, and this is so smooth and soft and slow motion-y. It just, all of it just subverts your expectation and is so satisfying. And it looks like this bullet can fly through walls, fly through anything. And remember when I said to keep that Capitol building in mind? It looks like the bullet flew through the whole city, even through day and night, because I think it's day and then night and other times, I don't know. Let's forget that detail. But it flies towards, if we frame by frame, the same shape as the Capitol building that we saw earlier, into a hallway, through a peephole. That's an impressive shot. And it hits this silver-like figure. I'm gonna assume is like the dictator, whoever's in charge of this corrupt society. This is the person. And then so what happens after that? We have a freaking party. Bro, they blew up the whole Capitol building. But the story isn't over. Ooh. Uh-oh, sniper guy looks annoyed. So freaking persistent. Oh man, I don't know what that means. Jesus loves you. I love you guys.